Hello and welcome back to another marvelous anime video. When we're talking about isekai anime, we're talking about stories where characters leave their home world to explore a new one. Portals or some sort of sudden death are usually the means of accessing these other worlds, and they're a common feature in these shows. These worlds are new and present the characters with new rules and challenges. In this video, we'll be discussing the first portal world escape animes, or, the Proto-Isekais. These were shows that started the genre as we know it today. Many popular stories came after them. For example, Spirited Away became famous by building on themes from these early anime. It shows how this style captured the imagination of many fans. That's why today we're exploring 11 proto-isekai anime gems from the 80s and 90s. These classics defined portal world escapes. Aura Battler Dunbine, 1983. Aura Battler Dunbine is set in Beisten Well. This place is a parallel world that looks like medieval Europe with castles and knights. There's unicorn-riding cavalry and flying creatures called Ferrario. The big feature is the Aura Battlers, insect-like fighting suits powered by aura or life energy. Only special people can pilot these mecha. They become Aura Battlers. Shozama is a motocross racer in his original life, but he crashes and ends up in Beisten Well. The world is caught up in a war. Sho is found to have a strong aura and is forced to pilot the Dunbine, a lavender mech. At first, he fights for Lord Drake Luft. Luft wants to unite the kingdoms, but his real goal is conquest. Sho eventually switches sides and joins the resistance. His new leader is Nai Givand. The series shows many battles, and most characters pilot Aura Battlers. There are airships and warships too. The story is full of war and romance, and many named characters die. This shows the cost of conflict in this new world. Sho's aura is powerful but dangerous. Using it drains his life force. He returns to Earth twice, and his family doubts him and thinks he's an imposter. Sho is caught between two worlds. Aura Battler Dunbine has mecha with fantasy. It shows humans changing a medieval world through power and technology. This anime helped start the portal world genre. It shaped the trends for later isekai and fantasy anime. It's important for how it shows heroines and heroes changing new worlds through their strength and choices. The story would set the tone for many series that would follow. Letta, The Fantastic Adventure of Yoko, 1985. Yoko Asagiri is a high school girl. She writes a piano sonata to express her love for a boy, and she listens to this song on her Walkman. One day, while passing the boy, she doesn't have the courage to talk to him. Suddenly, Yoko is transported to a strange world. She meets a talking dog there. She finds a reflection of her own world in the sky. And after listening to her song, she realizes that she can move between the two worlds. Strange men steal her Walkman. They ride mechanical creatures and attack her. Yoko transforms into a powerful sword fighter and defeats the attackers. She then meets a girl named Yoni. Yoni tells her about a floating castle called Garuba. It's governed by an evil man named Zell. Zell is interested in the power of Letta. He wants to open a portal to the world of Noah to conquer it. Yoni leads Yoko to a giant robot called the Armor of Letta. This robot can transform into a ship named Wings of Letta. During battle, Zell's floating towers attack. Yoni's robot, Rubber Star, is destroyed. Yoko and Yoni fly to Zell's castle where they confront him. Zell puts up a force field to separate Yoko from her friends. He says she came to this world because she wanted to escape her own. Zell captures Yoko's friends. He puts Yoko to sleep to use her power for the portal machine, but in her dream, Yoko lives a false life where she dates the boy she loves. She finally talks to him. Yoko soon realizes the dream is an illusion and breaks the spell and rescues her friends. The portal machine overloads. Zell attacks Yoko in anger, and Yoko stabs and kills him. The castle is destroyed. Yoko and her friends escape, and she returns to her world. She sees the boy and runs to talk to him. Letta, The Fantastic Adventure of Yoko, has a mix of fantasy and mecha. It shows love and escape. It also shows how heroes face reality to grow. This anime helped shape portal world stories in the 80s and 90s. Its combination of music, other worlds, and robots made it a classic for the era. Mashin Hero Wataru, 1988. Wataru Ikosabi is a 9-year-old boy. A mystical dragon named Ryujin Maru brings him to a magical realm called Sokaizen. This world looks like a series of floating pyramid-shaped platforms. Wataru must save Sokaizen from an evil magical ruler. Sokaizen is made of tiered levels, and each level floats above the one below. Wataru must complete tasks and defeat rulers on each tier. Completing a tier restores color to the gray rainbow over Sokaizen. The rainbow's revival means the world is healing. The story has many elements like classic RPG video games. There are dungeon-style quests and magical objects, And Wataru's missions follow the pattern of leveling up through challenges. At each step, the danger grows, and so too does his strength. Wataru finds a clay sculpture. He uses magic to turn it into a small living robot. This robot fights by his side. Wataru makes friends with locals along the way. He builds strong bonds that help him face many trials. The name Sokaizen means Creation Realm Mountain. So means creation, Kai means world or universe, Zan means hill or mountain. These parts reflect the world's design as a floating pyramid. The story of Wataru is an adventure that reveals his development from a boy into a hero. He gets to know the power of heroism and duty in his efforts to save a world he didn't belong to. The wizardry, the adventures, and the levels make the story feel like a game. The show combines role-playing games and fantasy concepts. It highlights themes like friendship, courage, and duty. Its layered world and challenges keep you hooked. It contributed to the establishment of the portal world genre by linking the adventures of a child with magical fights. Peter Pan no Boken, 1989. The story begins with Wendy dreaming about Peter Pan. He rescues her and fights Captain Hook, and soon after, Wendy flies to Neverland with her brothers, John and Michael. In Neverland, Wendy becomes the mother to the Lost Boys. Peter Pan and the Lost Boys face many adventures. They fight against Captain Hook and his group of pirates, and a romance develops between Peter and Wendy during these events. The battles and struggles form the heart of the series. The story changes in the second half. Sinistra and Princess Luna become important characters towards the end. These new characters come up with new conflicts and challenges. Peter faces many struggles. He gets to know about friendship and pride. He struggles to save the ones he loves. The series mixes classic story elements with new twists. Peter Pan no Boken incorporates signature elements of 80s and 90s Portal World anime. It has fantasy and adventure with clear stakes and character growth. You see themes of escapism as the children leave reality for Neverland. The show explores relationships and battles as the characters change and grow, and the series was translated and broadcast internationally. Countries from the UK to Japan and across Europe and Asia aired it. It remains a significant part of the World Masterpiece Theater legacy. You get a clear story, you see how characters' journeys transform both themselves and the worlds they visit. Peter Pan no Boken made an impression on the trends in storytelling. It influenced the way future anime addressed alternate worlds and transformation. This show plays a crucial role in the explanation of the origins of the Portal World anime of the 80s and 90s. NG Knight Lamune and 40, 1990. Lamune Baba is a 4th grade boy who loves video games. He ends up buying a new game called King Sakasha. A mysterious girl sells it to him on the street. He plays the game at home and stays up till midnight to beat it. After beating the game, the girl appears from the TV. She says her name is Princess Milk. Milk tells Lamune he's related to the hero Lamuness. Lamune is chosen to save the magical world of Harahara. Lamune is pulled into Harahara by Milk, where he meets Tama Q, a small advisor robot. It has the ability to transform Lamune into Lamuness. Lamuness can summon a guardian knight called King Skasher. The main story follows Lamune's quest. He must save the world by freeing the guardian knights. These knights are mecha with their own minds. Lamune battles Don Harumage and his evil followers. One of them is Decider. The show is funny and exciting. Many characters are named after drinks. Ramune is a popular lemon soda in Japan. The names add a playful tone to the series. Lamune learns to be a true hero. He overcomes many challenges and he makes friends and grows as a person. The story mixes action with comedy and coming-of-age moments. NG Knight, Lamune, and 40 aired on TV Tokyo from 1990 to 91, and it has 38 episodes plus several OVAs and a sequel series. This anime helped form the Portal World genre. It connects real-life children with fantasy video game worlds. Its mecha and storytelling style shows classic 80s and 90s anime. NG Knight, Lamune, and 40 stands out for incorporating humor with adventure and magic. It shaped how we see alternate worlds in anime. Magic Knight Rayearth, 1994. 3 8th-grade girls go on a school field trip to Tokyo Tower. Their names are Hikaru, Umi, and Fu. They are suddenly transported to a magical world during the trip. This magical world is called Sephiroth, where they meet a master mage named Clef, who tells them that they are the Magic Knights. Their mission is to save Princess Emerald. She's the pillar who maintains Sephiroth's balance. Princess Emerald is held captive by the High Priest Zagato. Without her prayers, Sephiroth will fall into ruin. So, the girls begin their quest. Each receives magical armor and powers. They also gain the ability to pilot giant robots called Rune Gods. The girls face Zagato's henchmen, and along the way, they learn to work together. They overcome their differences and form strong bonds. They find and fight Zagato in the final battle of the first arc. They succeed in defeating him, and after this, the girls reach where Princess Emerald is imprisoned. They discover that she trapped herself. She fell in love with Zagato. This love stopped her from praying only for Sephiroth's benefit. Feeling responsible, she asks the Magic Knights to end her life. The girls reluctantly fight her. Then, they're transported back to Tokyo. A year later, the girls are pulled back to Sephiroth. They find that only a small part of the world remains. Survivors are gathered in a lone castle. Sephiroth is left vulnerable without a pillar. 3 warring planets seek to conquer it. The Magic Knights defend the last refuge. The girls decide the future of Sephiroth should not rely on one person. They fear the cycle of suffering the pillar causes might continue. Candidates for the new pillar are narrowed down. Test takes place in a recreated area of Tokyo. The creature Makona reveals itself as the creator of Sephiroth. It brought the girls back for a purpose. The story explores friendship, sacrifice, and growth. Fushigi Yugi, 1995. Miyaka and Yui are 2 high school girls. They find a strange book called The Universe of the Four Gods. When they start reading, they get pulled inside the book, which takes them to ancient China. Yui is pulled back to the real world quickly, but Miyaka stays trapped inside. She becomes the priestess of Suzaku. Miyaka is told to find 7 celestial warriors. These warriors will help her summon Suzaku. When Suzaku appears, Miyaka can make 3 wishes. Miyaka meets warriors one by one. She falls for Tamahome, one of the warriors. He returns her feelings. Miyaka's wish to enter her chosen high school fades. She wants to stay with Tamahome instead. Later, Yui ends up re-entering the book and becomes the priestess of Seiryu. Jealousy and hurt drive Yui to oppose Miyaka. She works against her old friend, and the show narrates their rough lives. It's about friendship, love, and competition. The girls face several trials. They navigate the complexities of emotions and struggles. Fushigi Yugi was a very popular anime series in the 90s as it combines ancient mythology and contemporary drama. The series shows how being trapped in another world changes the characters. It's a classic example of how 80s and 90s anime used escapism and transformation. This anime remains a classic today. It's influenced trends in romantic and magical adventure anime. El Hazard, The Magnificent World, 1995. The story follows 3 high school students named Makoto, Katsuhiko, and Nanami. Their history teacher, Fujisawa, also joins them. They're transported to a magical world called El Hazard. Right away, they find themselves in the middle of a war between humans and a bug-like tribe called the Bugram. Makoto and Fujisawa arrive in a dense jungle. They rescue a princess trapped by giant bugs. Nanami lands in a vast desert, and Katsuhiko ends up in the Bugram Kingdom. The Bugram crown Katsuhiko as their leader. He turns against the humans and his friends. Makoto finds Ifurita, who's a mysterious chained woman hidden in an ancient labyrinth. Ifurita once sent Makoto to El Hazard. Later, Makoto frees her from captivity. Ifurita grows fond of Makoto, and the story forms a loop. It starts with Makoto meeting Ifurita on Earth. It goes through many adventures to El Hazard, then it returns to the start. In the end, Makoto and Ifurita reunite and return to El Hazard together. A powerful weapon called the Eye of God appears in the series. It can destroy anything and send it to an unknown place. The Bugram are a constant threat, but the Eye of God maintains balance. Trouble comes when the eye is misused or taken over by evil forces. Makoto and the others face great danger as they try to survive and fight in El Hazard. The story blends fantasy, adventure, and sci-fi. It explores themes of courage, friendship, and change in a fantastical setting. El Hazard contains fantasy worlds and modern characters. Its intricate plot and humorous swings had an impact on numerous 90s anime that focused on alternate worlds. It's The Vision of Escaflowne, 1996. The Vision of Escaflowne explores the adventures of Hitomi Kanazaki. Hitomi is an ordinary high school girl who gets transported to Gaia. Gaia is a planet affected by constant war and conflict. Gaia resembles Earth in many ways. It has similar seasons and climate zones. The planet is ravaged by war as the Zybok Empire attacks kingdoms like Van's homeland Finalia and the great nation of Asturia. Hitomi discovers she has powerful psychic abilities, and her powers are enhanced when she's on Gaia. Hitomi gets caught up in the conflict. She learns that her psychic powers are connected to the larger war between the kingdoms. The Zybok Empire seeks a legendary weapon. Their goal is to bring back ancient Atlantean powers that were able to dominate Gaia. Hitomi makes friends with Van, who's a prince of Altair. She also encounters Alan, a knight who's fighting on behalf of his country. Hitomi becomes involved in an epic conflict as she rides with them. She starts to realize just how powerful she is. The psychic visions of Hitomi are used to shape the battle results. She gets to understand her fate and the story of Atlantis. The weapon her enemies want to find may alter Gaia permanently. The story is about more than just war. It explores themes of love and free will. Hitomi must decide her own path. She must choose between her world and the larger destiny that awaits her. The show dwells upon her transformation from an average girl to a powerful character. The vision of Escaflowne was influential in combining various genres. Its themes of escapism and transformation inspired subsequent anime. The show is a classic representation of 90s anime that combines fantasy and technology. Digimon Adventure. 7 kids from Odaiba go to summer camp. Each gets pulled into a world packed with digital monsters. They each meet their own Digimon partner and get Digivices. These gadgets let Digimon grow strong and stand up to danger. Their first enemy is Devimon. He tries to break them apart and uses black gears to mess with other Digimon. The group fight back. They need more than strength though, and each kid has to step up. They figure out that trust is the key. They get through fights by sticking together, and a new mission comes fast. The kids must find crests. These will let their Digimon grow even stronger. Etamon blocks their path, and every step things get tougher. Power grows, but learning matters more. The team has to work through fights and doubts. Failures push them to grow, but then the action moves to the real world. Myotismon hunts for an 8th Digidestined. Danger follows the kids home, worlds start to cross over, and everything is on the line. The kids fight to keep both worlds safe. They discover the 8th child is Kari, the younger sister of one of the Digidestined. Kari and her partner Gatomon help turn the tide. The group beats Myotismon, but now bigger threats start closing in. The digital world falls to the Dark Masters. Each controls a piece of the world, and the group faces new tests. Arguments break out, the team splits, and each person has to decide to come back and fight. The team stands up again. In the end, Apocalypmon tries to break both worlds for good. The crests are gone, and the group learns that the real power comes from inside. They beat the final threat, and the digital world is safe, although the kids must leave their Digimon friends behind. They go back to normal life in the real world. Digimon Adventure stands out because every struggle matters. The kids change because the world pushes them. Escape doesn't mean running away, it means facing what you are and choosing to move forward. Unico in the Island of Magic, 1983. Unico is a unicorn who travels from place to place. He never stays in one world for long. A force pulls him away each time, and he brings happiness wherever he lands. The story opens in ancient Greece where Unico meets Psyche. She becomes his friend, and the goddess Venus grows jealous. She sees that Psyche is happy. Venus blames Unico and wants the friendship destroyed. Venus orders Zephyrus to take Unico away. Zephyrus does not send him to the Hill of Oblivion. The West Wind has pity and drops Unico into new times and new places. Every time Unico finds friends, he makes life better for them. He teaches them about hope and joy, but each time he must leave. The West Wind wipes his memories and Unico travels again. Unico eventually lands on the Island of Magic. This place is not like any other. People here live under threat from a wizard named Kukuruku. He can turn people into living puppets. Unico meets a girl named Cherry and her little brother. They want to save their parents and the other villagers, and Unico agrees to help. They're in danger as they pass over the foreign and ghostly land. Unico uses his powers despite the dangers they cause him. Cherry and her brother learn courage. Unico helps them see what family really means. The journey isn't easy. Unico fights back against Kukuruku. He helps others remember what it means to be happy and free. Each victory causes new trouble. The story never gives Unico much rest, and every world he visits changes because of him. That said, those worlds change Unico too, and his story sets the stage for Portal World adventures by blending hope with struggle and changing both his world and himself each time he moves on. Marvelous verdict. And that's a wrap for today's video. These animes helped create the idea of Portal World escapes. They helped build the stories you see today. Which of these classic animes made the biggest impression on you? Or is there a Proto-Isekai classic you think we missed? We'd love to hear about your favorites, so drop your thoughts in the comments down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Otherwise, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.